Good morning, everybody. It is a wonderful day to be alive. I am coming to you with some great information that is really sad information, but I think that it takes sometimes us going back and digging deeper to find out what the real truth is. Sometimes the textbooks teach you one thing, but then you have to go back and decipher for yourself to find out what the real truth is. And the reason why I call it great information is because from today on, I'll never be dumb to this fact. And some of you probably already knew this, but I didn't. So I come to you to share what I just learned. There's a petition going around for Hilary Clinton, and she is asking people to overturn the amendment that states that we have an electoral vote and that we have a popular vote. Well, the petition is saying instead of the electoral vote, which is what she lost by, she wants to now overturn and we vote for the popular vote. That way, of course, she would be president. But in doing that, I think that's a great idea. But then my question was, why? So then I started researching to find out what is an electoral vote and what does that mean? Because I know it is what it is. We learn in school, that's what we vote by. But what is the electoral vote? So after doing some research, I'm going to come back a little later and read the actual article to you so that you would not think it's based on my opinion. But there's an article that explains why there is an electoral vote. And amazingly, I'm listening to Steve Harvey, who was talking about the same thing this morning. And the electoral vote was to protect slave states. And I know we don't really want to talk about real issues, but reality is my life is being affected by the fact some people voted, by the fact some people didn't vote, and the fact that Donald Trump won. Now, if it was a fair and square, which everybody's saying it is, they're saying nothing is rigged, they're saying that he won based on electoral vote, okay, I get it, and I'm dealing with it. But the other part is why the electoral vote versus the popular vote. So I will share with you, like I said, I'm going to come back and read the actual article. But electoral vote, when they wrote the amendment and said we the people, they were not talking about we as in all the people. Because back when the amendment was wrote, when it was written, there were slaves. And slaves weren't even considered people. They were considered slaves. Mm-hmm. So to protect those who had slaves, they knew if they did electoral vote count, they would lose automatically. Automatically. They knew this. So to have learned that we didn't just go back straight racist, to know that it has been a racist count the entire time is totally amazing to me. Now, should I be surprised? I probably shouldn't, because racism and the undercurrent has been going on for such a long time that we, the other people, Latinos, African Americans, Indians, not considered the privileged, are now sitting here saying, who are the people? And how is it that the Republicans came in and slam over Congress, period? Because some of us didn't realize that we, the people, the other people, have a lot more say in this country now than when we, the people, wrote the Constitution. So now as we sit back and deal with the consequences of our actions, we, the other people, amazingly, the United States as we knew it is not ever going to be the same. So unless, and now I see why people are protesting. People in Portland, Oregon, really? People that now have voted for Donald Trump and hear him say, oh yeah, well I was going to do this, but now I'm not. So now you voted for somebody that lied. Well, we knew he lied before he got in there. So now he lying for real, some more, after he got in there. He has now discussed, I want to say the man named David Cook, the head of the KKK, is going to actually be in Congress with him. and a whole bunch of other crooks, as they call them. I didn't call them crooks. I'm just repeating what I heard other Caucasians say. They said they were crooks, so I'm just repeating that the White House is going to be full of crooks. And where does that leave we the other people? Where does that leave we the other people? Since we not those people. I think we need to take a look around and really analyze our lives. And first of all, teach our children the real truth. Not what they reading in the history books, because history was written by somebody else. Encourage our kids to write books and tell the truth. Encourage ourselves to write books and tell the truth. Because we're living in a day and time that is going to make history. Is it his story or our story? Is it a story or the real story? Because right now, life getting real. So what are we going to do? Because at this point, the government has chosen electoral votes, which protects southern states. It's not a check and balance thing. It was a North and South thing. South meaning more slaves. South meaning slaves didn't have a voice. South meaning let's protect the northern states so that they can be enhanced. Okay. Point blank period. I totally agree with Donald Trump. If you get the popular vote, you should be president, because that's each and every person voting, each and every vote that counts. If there is an electoral vote, it is only a piece, only a segment, and represents a state by a number that was chosen, not per person. Now, if you don't believe me, you do your own research, because I'm a matter of fact person. I like to know the truth, and not the truth as somebody else tell it. The truth as I'm living it, because this is getting real. I'll be back in touch later. I hope you all have a blessed day. Something to think about is, how much do I count? And I count 100%. I pay my taxes. I contribute to my community. Then we need to revamp and say, how are we going to move forward? There are a lot of scared people. I'm going to school with them. Some of them have dropped out of school because they're scared that they're going to be deported, literally. My daughters go to school with kids who have not come back to school because they're trying to figure out how to get back to Mexico. Seriously. It is affecting lives. Some of you have lost family ties based on the election. Nothing and nobody should come in between you and your family. Nobody. But such decisiveness, people can't make a decision. Well, I call people, I worked it. And I said, well, are you going to vote? I don't know. What you mean you don't know? You don't know where your future and where you want your future to go. Now, I'm not saying Hillary had everything canned up, but I will say she had good answers. And I'm not going to say Donald Trump ran such a bad one, but I just couldn't get with the fact he didn't have answers. Now, you're dealing with somebody that don't have answers, but they dealing with people who do. And the people who do don't care nothing about you. So, what you going to do? You go type in why have an electoral vote in your Google search box and tell me what you get. Tell me what you get. At this point in time, we basically have put our kids on a sacrifice bed like Abraham had to do Isaac. At this particular time, we have forfeited our futures that we worked so hard as a people and as a nation to enhance so we can do better. And unfortunately, as I've heard so many political leaders say, if you were doing bad before, you're going to be doing worse now. I heard Donald Trump say yesterday, for all the drug dealers, for anybody with a felony record, for anybody that was a rapist or a murderer, you will be jailed if you don't leave the country. Well, most of them already in jail. We already have a form of slavery called prison. So how in the world are we going to move forward as a people? Because we the people stay here with we the other people. So what you gonna do? You have to come up with a plan. And the first thing I behoove everybody to do is, one, I'm going to say it again. Teach your children and your family the real truth. And number 2, come up with a safety plan. And that safety plan need to consist of, if you have to move, if you have to relocate, and if you have to go in hiding, what you going to take? You can't take the whole house. So you need to figure out what you're going to put in that bag. Second of all, with your safety plan, you need to plan some secret codes. If that code got to be number 1 for I'm in danger. If that code got to be number 2 for I'm scared as crap because somebody keep wandering around that looks unfamiliar in my area. Number 3, whatever the code needs to be, you need to sit down with your family tonight and come up with a safety plan of how you're going to move your family forward. And if something happens in an urgency, how are you going to communicate? Those Obama phones, you think I'm joking? The government, in his essence, to help everybody have a line. And I hate to say this, but put the same positive in the hands of somebody who they mind screw the heck up, and you're going to have a tracking device. The cell phones are tracking devices. For if you go somewhere and they can't find you, the phone has an IP address, just like your computer, where they can find you. Come up with your safety plan. The third thing is start stacking up your food. Instead of taking your money, your food stamps, and spending it on irrational stuff you don't really need, you best get you some canned goods. You ever thought about why people started buying them storage barns and why people doing couponing? People doing couponing, and if you notice, the Caucasian community started getting darn warehouses. People started saying, yes, I need to put this on the side so that if something happens, I got it. They got extra toiletries. Some people even started building underground houses. Why do you think that? Unfortunately, but fortunately, people that got money and people that read, I'm going to say that word again, R-E-A-D, people that read knew this day and time was coming. So they started preparing themselves. And for all of us who didn't, we best start as soon as we can. It's never too late. At least not now. We need to get our money right. If you ain't got it right yet, you need to get your darn garden, because I'm going to tell you, food stamps, EBT, Medicaid, all that stuff. Oh, it's all about to change. For Obama's sake of trying to help everybody become we of all the people, we sat back and crushed what was an opportunity to be a universal health care that Donald Trump has already said he's getting rid of. For those who had Medicare and needed, okay, they need to go to the doctor. Medicare already wasn't paying for everything that they needed. So people that was on Social Security getting $697 a month or less couldn't afford but $15 worth of food stamps a month. How you think them people gonna eat? What are we going to do with our senior citizens? Y'all, we got to come up with a plan, and the plan need to have been yesterday. And if you don't come up with a plan now, I've been trying to host seminars so that we can all get on track. Because my thing is, I'm getting ready. If I won't already ready, it got real when I woke up the next morning and saw that Joker had 274 electoral votes. I said, oh, Jesus. I told my daughter, if he gets in position, it is time for Jesus to come. But God is still giving us another chance to get it right. He's giving us another chance to get it right, y'all. Please just hear what I'm saying to you. I know I'm not a political leader. I know I'm not Jesus. But when I dream stuff, it get real. When I speak a thing, I be on point. It has happened throughout my life. We need to prepare like we ain't never prepared before, y'all. Start saving your dimes, your nickels, and your pennies. Start saving your money and stop spending it on the last name brand shoe, probably made by somebody that don't give a care about you. They just want your money. Probably don't even like you, because a lot of the people who got that money that's making the shoes and the clothes are racist. I ain't say everybody. I said a lot. Do your research. Maya Angelou wrote a poem about it. You spending your money on people that don't give a care about you. They're not investing in you. We have to take back our life and invest back into ourselves and into our family. That good green earth, if you still got some around your house, put you some fruit, some vegetables, something in that ground. Because it's going to take that. It's going to take us going back to the field. It's going to take us back to the cheese man and the sausage man and the cookie man and the ice man for us to survive. So people, we're going to have to pull together. Where minorities just about became majority, we slipped in a nick of time over us being asleep. Us saying my voice don't count. Over me saying what I'm going to vote for. Now look at where we are. We have to take our life back. We have to count on each other to survive the next 2 to 4 years. If Hillary can't get this petition and this amendment overturned, for us to have the popular vote counted instead of the electoral vote counted. Do your research. Do your homework. It is time that we stop slacking off as a people. And when I say people, I mean we the other people. I'm not pro-black. I'm not pro-white. I'm not pro anything. I'm pro-life. And I want to live. And as far as I'm concerned, everybody in the United States of America, I was cool with. I'm pro-Jesus. So as it stands, I think that we all should figure out a way to come up with that safety plan, educate our kids. Now, the other part is we don't want to have a state of depression for everybody because it can be depressing. So we're going to have to do some fun stuff. And that's my number 3. So number 1 was educate your kids on not the history, but the real truth. And number 2 was safety plan. Make sure we create a safety plan for our family. Make sure we create codes on communication so that nobody else know what your secret code is if you're in trouble. If you have to go in hiding. If something happens that somebody's following you. If you're being harassed, send the darn code. Make sure your family, number three, make sure your family is aware of where all your important papers are. Insurance policies, credit card numbers, all those passwords you have, write them junks down somewhere. Seriously. So that if you get hacked, people getting hacked, y'all. If something happens that you disappear, somebody can get in your stuff, your family that you trust, and be able to locate or try to communicate the best way you can. Number 4, we're going to have to join forces. I'm not going to create no freaking Black Panther or nothing like that. I mean, from a mental standpoint, our forefathers actually overcame what they overcame from education that they learned and their mental stability. All the crap that we go through in life, all the drama that we have in our life, for all the stuff we got going on, it's time to put the ish aside for the sake of saving our life and our family's life and to protect whatever kind of future we may possibly have. Gotta push forward. Gotta join. Gotta say, okay, well, what sources do you have? What resources do you have? What strengths do you have? And if I know this is a weakness for me, then my weakness is to join with your strength so that you can help me and I can help you. Time out for all the BS. It's time out for all the, well, I ain't got time for you. I'm in my little cocoon. It's all about me. Well, you see what all about me got us, right? It got us an unstable economy. It got us an unstable presidency. It got us an unstable neighborhood. Folks scared to come out their house. Now, I really don't give a care what you think about me and what I'm saying. All I want to do is preserve the life that we currently have, if at all possible. At this particular point, I would hold hands with my enemy if I knew we was going to march together to conquer all together. I don't have time for, well, she thinks she did, and she, look at my face. I don't have time. At this particular time, we got to save our family. We got to save our lives. And we got to do what we got to do to it. If you're not happy, if you're not truly happy, if you're not truly prosperous, and if you're not where you want to be in life right now, it's time to get there. All the shucking and jiving, playing around, time is up. Time is up. Start saving your money. Put it somewhere where it is in a secret place, because we don't know what's going to happen to the bank from one day to the next. We don't know what's going to happen to the economy from one day to the next. You have other countries saying, what the heck did the United States just do? Well, I can't answer that. I can only say I try to vote for equality for all. I try to vote for a better future for all, not just me. But if you notice, the people that voted on the other end, they didn't really give a care. So if you don't care anything about yourself to protect your family, to protect your future, to protect your income, nobody else is. I have to go. I just want to encourage you today. Don't forget to talk to your family tonight. Come up with your number 2. Don't forget to come up with that safety plan. Number 3, don't forget to look around at your resources and to say, what can I bring to strengthen what we have left? And number 4, don't forget to start saving them nickels, dimes, quarters, because we're going to need them. Don't forget to start putting your money to the side if you haven't. And I'm not going to say don't invest, but I'm going to say be real careful what you invest in. Most importantly, invest in yourself and invest in your family. I'll be checking back in with you real soon. This is going to be a common thing for me, because soon enough, you're going to see my face every day. Speaking and keeping it real, you all have a blessed day.